I'm Ryan with Hatching Time, and I'm going to show you how to build a 5-layer quail cage today. These are the tools you're going to need. A Phillips screwdriver, but we recommend a power drill, a mallet, a utility knife, and then something to grip the aluminum rods with when you're screwing them in. Either a grip or vice grips. Alright, so first we're going to start by building one section. So you have your front wall, your top, your back wall, and your bottom egg roller. So you're going to start with your top wall, and you're going to see here that you have 2 arrows here and 1 arrow here. And if you look over here, you have these 2 arrows matching up. So you're going to take that, pick it up here, and then you're going to snap these locks in. So you can see you have to hold it at just the right angle, and then they'll snap in. And then you take your front wall and you do the same thing. You just got to get it at the right angle. And then you slide these parts in right here. You can see there's a little opening for it. And then you simply do the back wall. And there's one section. Now repeat this 2 more times. So now, after you have 3 built, you're going to need 4 sidewalls, and a mallet comes in handy here. So what you're going to do is you take one, bring it on the ground. You're going to need a little leverage, so this is where either your strength or the mallet comes in. So you want to make sure these are lined up. You grab a wall, and then you just start pushing the pegs into place. So you start with one corner, and then you start pushing in. And then you want to make sure these are all lined up when you push so you don't break any pegs. So now once it's all in, you can take a mallet and give it a little tap. Now you want to make sure these are all secure. Now you take the next section, you place it on top, you line up all the pegs again, give it a little push to lock it in, and then onto your next wall. So line up the pegs here, and then make sure they're lined up on the bottom as well before you push. So those are all lined up, and these are all in their holes. Give it a little push. And then again, you can come in with a mallet. You just want to make sure everything is very tight. Grab your next section, same thing, you line it up. Give it a little push in the back, work your way up. Make sure these are lined up. And then you grab your top wall. Place it on top again. Push down to secure. Again, take your mallet. Now grab your last wall and flip the whole cage over. Same thing, line up all the pegs. Now once again, use the mallet. Try not to go too hard around this area with the doors. so the next thing is you're going to build the side struts. So you have 4 side struts right here, 4 aluminum rods, 8 mollies, and 8 screws. And then we recommend using a power drill and then vice grips or just something to clamp. So first you're going to start with 1 side strut, 2 mollies, then you're going to put them into these holes, the farthest ones. You take your aluminum rod, you place it into the molly, make sure everything is tight there. You take your next rod, you put it into the molly, now make sure these are all very tight. Here's where we recommend the power drill. Now hold this with one hand and kind of hold it tight so that the screw goes in. All right, and here some people use a grip to make it easier on your hand. Take your next screw. All right, that's your first one built. So now once you have one built, you can see here that it's on the further side. You're going to build one now with this peg. Put the molly in, get your screw ready, get your aluminum rod. Again, screw it in. Now, like I said, this one goes on the inside. Since you have 2 different heights here, from the front and the back. Again, you can use the grippy to hold it in place there. You want to make sure these are very tight so the cage doesn't come apart. Now, next you're going to slide them into place. Now you want to make sure they go through all the holes, as you can see on the inside there. Now it might take a little playing around. All right, that side is in. Now you do the same thing on this front wall. And you might need to use your fingers in here to get it in the hole. And you just keep pushing down. All right, it's a little difficult, but that makes the cage tight. All right, now you have that side in. And what you're going to do is flip the whole thing over. And now you're attaching it from this side. And if you have anything like this, just give the cage a little push just to make it a little bit tighter. Same thing, you take your side struts, you take your mollies, you put them in to the holes that line up with the rod. You take your screws, and you do the same thing here. Now sometimes, if you don't have it tight enough, this aluminum rod will spin around. So you can either hold it tight or use a grip and hold it there. All right, that's one done. Now I usually just put my fingers in here and hold it. All right, and then you do the same thing for the back wall. So next, you're going to take your watering system and your hose, and you're going to attach it to the bottom. So you can see here, you just put it on, and then you're going to take your cage over here, and then if you put it flat, you're going to start with the right side in the air, and then you're simply going to slide this in. As you can see, there's openings right there. This piece will slide right in. Right to there. Now you're ready to put your cups on. So now we're going to put the drinker cups on, and we suggest heating up water to make the plastic more malleable so you can get it on there. You could try to push them on. This is just we find works best. So you hold those in there for a minute, and then you'll come over here, open up the door, and then if you come in here, you just kind of push them in, rocking back and forth until it fits right on there. I'm going to do the same thing. Heat up the plastic a little bit so it can slide over. Only takes a few seconds. Again, come over here, and you're just going to push it in. Until it directly over the nipple. You're going to take the third one and do the same thing. So now you're going to take your bottom black piece with the wheel holes and put on your cage that's turned over, and it just simply slides in here. Make sure these are tight. And then you're going to put the wheels on. And then 2 wheels to lock, and you can put them wherever you'd like. We suggest the front. All right, so next we have the feeding trough, the feed grill covers, the green piece to go on top of the feeding trough, your top, and then your manure tray. So first, if you slide your manure tray in, it goes in right along the bottom black piece. Next, you take the arrows facing away from you. Simply just slide this on. It'll snap in a little bit. And you put the grill cover in. Put it at an angle, and it'll slide right in. Now once you have one layer built, you build 4 more the same way, and you simply place them on top of each other. You want to make sure these side struts fit into each other. You don't want to push too hard on the wheels. Try to tighten them by holding each side. You simply just stack them up on top of each other. you're going to take your top piece, it will slide on, same thing into the black side struts, and then you take your water tank, you put the filter on, you want to make sure this is facing down, and then you'll have an extra hose and you want to cut it exactly to that distance. As you can see here, you simply slide the hose on. Same thing for the other side. And then you want to go down and attach all the hoses. Then you take your stopper piece down here and put it into the bottom. The top of the water tank on top, you add your manure trays. There's your 5-layer quail cage.